right. All right. What we got going on today, we're going to talk about steaks. And we're also going to do some bacon wrapped jalapeno stuffed tater tots. Now, I already have the bacon wrapped jalapeno stuffed tater tots in the smoker. I also have some Brussels sprouts in there. So hopefully everything will be done at the same time. But I want to get those in there. I'm still going to show you how I'm doing the tater tots. Oh shit. Take that off. Welcome to the show. Bam. Alright. Sorry about that, everybody. Alright. So I'm still going to show you how to do the bacon wrapped jalapeno stuffed tater tots. And we're going to talk about steaks. So, the other day, like normally I season my steaks up, you know, a good hour before I cook them, right? But the other day I got some steaks and I didn't have time to really season them up ahead of time. And they were just chuck eye steaks, right? So they're not as good as a ribeye, but they're not bad, right? I think they're like from the 5th rib, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure somebody knows and they can probably comment on that and let me know if I'm right on that. But they come from like the 5th rib, and so they're sort of like a ribeye, but not quite as good. So so I cooked them up, and they were good, you know. And then I got some, because apparently they're on sale around here for now, right now. And I got some a couple of days later, and I had time to season them up ahead of time, and they were really good. And it just got me thinking, you know how they have, some people will take and basically do a salt brine. So they'll coat it with salt and let it sit for, they say you need to do, when you do that, you need to let it sit minimum 40 minutes. And that's really cutting it close too, because that salt draws out the moisture, but you have to give it time to get the moisture back in. Okay, so if you can do it a few hours ahead of time or an hour or so ahead of time, it's better. But I've never done just the salt brine on steak before, because you're supposed to rinse it off after, and I could never get mentally past that. So, but I did it last night. So what I did last night, I went and got the steaks for today, and I took and used coarse sea salt, and I coated it just all over, top, bottom, sides, everything. I set it on a screen rack over top of a paper towel and refrigerator overnight. So this has been like this a solid 14 hours. So we're going to take and rinse this off. Then you have to pat it dry, because if you don't pat it dry, because of the water that you put on it, it steams into it. Okay, so we don't want to steam our meat, we want to grill our meat. A few things that I want to talk about. All right, first, I want to thank everybody who voted for me to be on the NOLA Wing Wars as a judge, because I won. I kicked their asses, or we kicked their asses. So the closest guy to us only had 52 votes, and we came up with like 150 votes in like a couple hours. And then, you know, over the next few hours, we got like 185 votes. So we did that like right away. So we blew them away. So now I'm going to be one of the guest judges, NOLA Wing Wars, next Saturday in New Orleans. Starts at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it goes till, I don't know, 10 or so. And the big bonus for that is I get VIP access, which means free wings all day and free alcohol. So they don't know what they gave. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for helping me out with that. Another thing, Grillby's Foods, I said something the other day about we were going to do a Vets Day discount, 10% off. And so what we did, instead of just doing it Tuesday, we're doing it now through Tuesday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's already live, and it's GBF 10, and that's 10% off. And then you can watch for some new items being added there over the next couple weeks, as fast as we can add them on there. There is Lauren, a friend of ours out there. She just had her appendix taken out. We wish her a fast recovery. And I've been working my ass off all week because we are setting up for a new warehouse. We had all of our stuff taken out of our warehouse in Phoenix, Arizona, brought down here, so it's in a temporary holding spot right now until the other warehouse is ready. But I've been working my butt off getting that straightened out. And that's really all the announcements that I can think of. Pat, I got Pat in my ear. Pat's helping me with questions. Here, let me push this. Let me see what kind of comments I can see. How many people we got on right now, Pat? All right, 91 people. So if you can share this feed, like it and share it with other people, that way we can get some more people on here. That'd be awesome. Todd Kern, Brian, Mark Lewandowski. Yeah, that's right. Free wings and booze. Can't go wrong with that. That's the bonus. That's really what I'm there for. So, Bayou Rick, Shannon Castle, Chris Dunbar, David Klein. Who else? Gary, Russell, Diane, Jason, Mike. The whole family's here. Wow. It's like a family reunion. What else we got? Dan Churchill, Jason. Oh, wait, I already said that. All right. I don't know. Nate Spanky. Casey's Hot Rumor. Brian. Dude, there's everybody's here. Rick, William, Pat. Oh yeah, Pat's my brother. What'd you say, Pat? Oh, I know. Brian, I tried to call you the other night. You called me, I called you. I think you called me back and I called you back. I think. I know, man. It's tough. It is tough sometimes. I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff lately, and it's just really messing my schedule up. All right, so two things. One, I don't know if you can see this or not. Boy, that's going to be so good. Hold on. I had to move the Brussels sprouts around a little bit. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to do what I've always dreaded doing, because I'm always just, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me to wash off beef. But we're going to take, this steak here was covered in salt. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it this way. We're going to take this steak right here, and we're going to take and go and coat it with salt. I'm going to bring the camera. Actually, I'm going to just go up to the camera. I'm going to make a mess on my... So look, so all you do, you just take your steak. See, this is a chuck eye steak, right? Like I said, they're not bad steaks, but they're not as good as a ribeye. Ribeye is my favorite steak. So look, you just basically, can you see it? Coat the whole daggone thing with salt. Now, some people say, you know, it's a teaspoon or a tablespoon. And my thing is how do you know if it's a teaspoon or a tablespoon? Because you don't know how big the daggone steak is. So I am just covering the entire thing. So, all over. All right, and then I'm going to even do the edges. Roll it around in here. Now, I don't know. Maybe this is too much salt. All right, so there you go. All right, so look, see it? It is like snowing. Then setting it on. That way it can get air all the way around it. All right, and now what we're going to do right now is we're going to take this other steak in there that I did last night. We're going to get it ready by, here, I'm going to take you in my house. Don't mind the mess. No, I'm just joking. My house is clean as shit. Here, let me, Alright. So, y'all can see that. Alright, so look. I'm just going to take, and I'm going to rinse the whole thing off. Get all the salt off of it. Rinse. Because if you don't, it's definitely going to be too salty, right? You got to rinse it off. Dude, this thing's like falling apart. That's how tender it is. It broke down that fast. Wow. Holy crap. Alright, so now we're going to take it outside and we're going to pat it dry. Now I got to get my camera back in the same spot. Daggone it. Daggone it. Alright, that should be good. Alright, so look, let me put that there. And I'm just going to get, because if you do not get it dry, it's going to steam when that heat hits it, okay? So we're going to use a few different paper towels just to make sure it stays nice and dry. I tell you what, this thing is falling apart. So I imagine it should be tender as shit. Okay, I guess that's enough. All right, so I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna leave it right here. It's gonna air dry a little bit too. Set it next to the salted one. Let me move this over here. Okay, so can everybody see okay? Everybody can see everything? All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I normally do to a steak. Okay? I'm gonna put this one aside because whichever one turns out better is what I'm gonna do to the other one. Yeah, so I'm gonna set this one aside over here. So normally what I do is I drizzle just like a little bit of olive oil on, right? A little bit of olive oil. That's what I do. And then take these off. Put another pair on. By the way, Beast Nitrile. I know I talk about these all the time. We get so many compliments on these things. Look how strong they are, right? They are just the most beautiful food prep gloves, and not just because they're ours. Like really, these are really good gloves. So then I do a lot of salt. Now one thing, if you are just prepping your meat and you don't have much time, then you want to do it right away, like salt, pepper, garlic, throw it on the grill. And that's just the way it is, right? So salt, pepper, salt both sides. A lot of times, what they say, use more salt than what you think, but I guess that depends on what you think. All right, so that. Now this is going to sit probably just for a couple minutes because I'm not quite ready to throw it on. So there you go. That's going to sit for like 3 or 4 minutes. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this pack. Can you see this plate right here? Because I need to do the tater tots, wrap the tater tots for you guys. I just need to know if you can see this or do I need to move the camera? Right here. Yeah. No, I'm talking about the tater tots. Okay. All right. So this is what you do. You take your bacon, right? You cut a piece of bacon in half. You want to thaw out your tater tot. Okay. So thaw out your tater tot, and like I have like a big chunk of jalapeno because I love jalapenos, right? So it's a big chunk. And then I just lay that in there. Make sure I stretch the, like I don't just roll it in there. I stretch the bacon over. And I kind of stretch it the whole time so it kind of grabs. And by doing it this way, you shouldn't need a toothpick. Because of the fat that's on the bacon, it just sticks. So I'm going to do another one. Can you see it okay? All right, let me do this. Yeah. All right, so here we go. See, I got me a nice big old piece of jalapeno. Jalapeno. All right, and see I'm stretching it. Stretching it's just gonna help it hold together. And then you just roll it up. See, and I keep everything even on the one side, let it stick out the other side. Okay, so basically like that. Bam. So it's got like a little Indian thing sticking out. See? Jalapenos are good. Yum. So I gotta stick these in the smoker bomb separately. Alright. So let me see something. Alright, so the bacon wrapped jalapenos or stuffed jalapenos are not quite done yet. But this is what I'm going to do. Let me no, it's a half a slice of bacon on each. Half a slice. Okay, so that one fell over. So these are not ready yet. The Brussels sprouts look pretty ready. Can you move some of this stuff aside? So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to do the steaks. I'll put the Brussels sprouts over here. Give me some more room. So, by the way, that's the beef roaster. You can use that for a bunch of different stuff. Alright, so I'm going to leave this over here for now and kind of show you the cool thing about this grill or this smoker is so you can slide that to the side. Crank this bad boy up. Alright, so now we are ready to see, this can continue cooking. Now we're ready to throw a steak on here. Alright, so first, take that glove off. Beast armor. Hey look, if you have not shared this video yet, can you please share it? Alright, what was the question, Pat? Oh no, that's a pit boss. Alright, so look, this is the steak that was dry brined in salt. See how it's kind of coming apart from the fat. So I'm gonna throw this bad boy right there. And then this is the steak that I just salt and peppered right now. Okay, so remember where they're at. Alright, let me close this bad boy up. So we got like a couple minutes to chit chat. If y'all have anything to talk about. Do we have any? Say what? Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet. How many people we got on here, Pat? Okay, so we got a good bit of people on here. If you can share this video, it'd be awesome. Hey, look, and if you're going to be in New Orleans next Saturday, November 17th, come to the NOLA Wing War. All right, NOLA Wing Wars. I'm going to be there. There's going to be a lot of people there, a lot of good food. There's going to be live entertainment, all kinds of stuff. I think the tickets, I think they're like $20. They're not bad. Now, all the VIP tickets are gone. All right, and they gave me the last free one. So, but I'm not going to be hanging in there all day. And if we have some beasts there, I'd rather hang out with y'all anyway. So yeah, so the sear thing on the pit boss is I'm telling you, it's a really cool feature. We'll let that go for a minute. So do we have any? Yeah, I am watching those steaks, man. So it would be pretty embarrassing if I burnt the steaks. It would be. I did forget something. I need my butter. Now, yeah, so we are going to be doing some package things later on. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I get them up. I don't worry about Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that. We want to make sure it's a good deal for you guys, and we still need to stay in business at the same time. So, all right, let me check this out. See how we're looking. Alright, I could have probably left that on just a little bit longer on that side, but what time Saturday? What? Oh, I think the doors open at 3 or 3:30, something like that. I'm going to be there at 3. Alright, so yeah, I should have left that over on that side just a little bit longer. But I'll just flip it again when that goes. With this, the way it's set up and you got that burner, it seems like you need to leave it a little bit longer than what you think. Tilt it down. Can't see me. Oh yeah. When I open the grill next time, right? Sorry about that. I wasn't thinking. I keep thinking I have a cameraman. I am the cameraman. For now. Yeah, I know. Where's that intern at? I haven't found him or her. Haven't found it yet. So, do we have any questions about anything? We're about to eat some really good freaking food. I know that. Oh, the kids. I was going to have the kids taste test it for you guys. But they're not up yet, so they're going to miss out on steak. And I have 2 steaks, and I can eat them both by myself. Seems like I've been eating a lot. Like, I usually don't buy steak very often. It's usually pretty expensive, so it's kind of like a treat thing. But I've been messing around with these chuck eyes because they've been on sale. They're like dirt cheap. I was going to get a hanger steak, something like that, right? And do this whole experiment with that, but I couldn't find a hanger steak. So all I could find is New York strips, ribeyes, and chuck. That's it. Or I mean, I could do a skirt or a flank, but that's not the same. Man, this thing is cooking. Oh, that's right, because I got it on 450 degrees. Oh, my vodka and grapefruit is delicious. So, cheers to everybody. Is anybody else having a Sunday morning cocktail, health drink? And is anybody else grilling anything today? Kevin, thanks for the question, buddy. How many people we got? What did Rick say? Only one winner. Oh! I didn't write this down. Our VIP challenge is a grilled dessert, okay? So in our turn-in, the last weekend of the month. Pat, what's the date of the last weekend of the month? Okay, so the turn-in is going to be the 23rd and 24th, okay? Yeah, Pat's birthday is Friday the 30th. And I don't want to tell the story exactly why I always remember that. But but I never forget Pat's birthday anymore. And yeah, right. We'll just say this: we know there's not 31 days in November, but I did not always know that. I'm already telling too much. All right, so what was I talking about? I'm turning this back over. All right, normally I try to only flip my steaks once. Oh shit, that came apart. Okay, normally I only flip my steaks one time, but I left it on that side too long. Okay, so hopefully I'm not overcooking it bad here. If I overcook it, I'm gonna be pissed off, burning my mouth. All right. Oh, some cowboy. Here, let me get this set up because I'm gonna be taking this off in just a minute. Make sure. How does that look? All right, I got the camera right. What'd you say, Pat? Oh well, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let me wipe this off, and I'm gonna flip it over and throw my steaks on here. Dude. So we did, right, you know, I noticed, me and Rick were talking about that this morning. I did the boudin stuffed mushrooms and boudin stuffed sweet peppers last week. We've seen a lot of people doing those this week. That was pretty cool. All right, let's get these steaks off of here. I hope this thing ain't overcooked. I think it's all right. Ooh, that looks good though. Okay. Hold on. I gotta get this situated. I need my bacon wrapped jalapeno stuffed. Actually, hold on. I gotta take out my Brussels sprouts. They're done. I was worried about the Brussels sprouts not being done. They're done. Bacon wrapped tater tots not. Alright. Alright, Brussels sprouts are done. Look at that. We'll let them cool down for a second. Let me hit them just a little bit of salt. Alright. Butter. So I do like to put some butter on. It's cold enough here where the butter's not even melting down. So I do like to put on a little bit of butter on my steak when I bring it off. It's just one of those things I kind of saw somebody do and I tried it and I like it. Alright. Now this is supposed to be a medium rare. Hopefully I did not overcook it running my mouth. But we will see. Yeah, actually, a lot of times I like doing garlic butter, but I don't have any garlic butter ready. But, yeah, this will work. This is okay. Alright, so we want to let this sit for a couple of minutes. Let them juices kind of get flowing inside of there again. And that butter kind of helps with that. So anyway, I'm almost thinking I overcooked them. Let's hope not, because I'm gonna be irritated. But I got 2 more steaks here. I can do a redo. So what else we got to talk about? We got to wait for the bacon wrap. Oh, if you haven't shared the feed yet, you could share it, that'd be awesome. Pat, how many people we got on? All right, 120 people. That's good. That's good. So, oh yeah. So this is a cutting board that was a gift from the Drinking and Grilling guys. They put the Grill Beast logo on here and put their logo on here. It's a nice gift. It really is. I use it all the time. And you can never have too many cutting boards, as you can see. So, and I use the shit out of these, man. I'm gonna let this sit just another minute or two. I was hoping my bacon wrapped, because those tater tots, I did a dry run. So I've done those bacon wrapped tater tots a few times, and what I learned is you have to let them thaw out all the way. So take them out of the freezer at a couple hours. I've seen people say 15 minutes and all that. They don't turn out. Okay? And then I've seen people, they cut a slit in it to try to actually stuff cheese inside. That doesn't work. I've tried it a few times. It doesn't work for me. So what I do now is, like, I put the jalapeno right beside, because it's all wrapped up in the bacon anyway. It's just like a stuff. It's just like you're stuffing it inside. All right, so are we ready to cut the steak yet, or? The Brussels sprouts are good. Holy crap. They are like really good. The only thing I did to the Brussels sprouts, I cut some on the stem side off, cut them in half, and then some olive oil, salt, pepper, and some garlic. That's it. And that's all you need. I thought about putting some balsamic on it. I could have maybe drizzled a little bit on after I got it off or something. But keeping it simple, I'm telling you, they've been in, hold on, they've been in there, what time is it, Pat? Here, hold on. So they were in the smoker at about 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. And I'm telling you, they're just creamy. They're good. All right, so are we ready to cut into these steaks? Actually, I thought about just using a butter knife. I'm gonna use a butter knife. So this one, I would say it's not a bad medium rare. It's just not a very thick steak for one. So this one, it is really good. And I just salt and peppered and garlicked it before I put it in, right? So this one's a lot thicker. I did overcook it just a little bit. So, alright, what I will say, this is very tender. This is more tender than that one. It's a little salty. I did too much salt. But I ain't throwing it away. It's good. It's just a little salty. So I'm going to take a little bit of salt off of that. Well, I'm not going to let it sit so long, maybe. Yeah, so don't put so much salt on there. This thing. No, I actually did not. Yeah, so anyway, I did use salted butter. This is very salty. It's very tender, but it's very salty. Holy crap. That one, the kids are getting this one. So the kids are getting the salty one. I know some people are going to be like, why are you doing that to your kids? Giving them the salty one. They should have got up earlier and they didn't pay for the food. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I love my kids. I do everything for them. The least they can do is eat the salty. And actually, kids like salty stuff. So they'll probably love that. I know my one daughter will. She eats salt. I remember when I was a kid, I would pour salt in my hand and eat it. I love salt. I don't do that anymore. But my kids do. I just got to wait a few minutes for the tater tots to get done. And so the final conclusion for me is I personally probably would not do the salt brining on a steak. That's my personal opinion. I'd rather do it just like I do. So normally, if I can let it sit like an hour or two in the fridge, salt, pepper, garlic. So I rub it down with some oil, salt, pepper, garlic. Like really, if it's a good piece of beef, that's all you need. You don't need like all this fancy shit on your steak. It's steak. Steak is good. So if it's a decent cut of beef, and it's got some good marbling in it, you don't need a whole lot. Let the beef speak for itself. That's my personal opinion. Like I don't want to put these things on my steak that has all the sugar and all that crap on it, right? But like I said, that's my personal opinion. I do some coffee rubs sometimes on steak, stuff like that. But I don't do anything that has a lot of sugar. But again, that's just my opinion. That's just what I like and what I don't like. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that thing sit for an hour instead of 13. I'm going to rinse it off really good and then put some pepper on it and some garlic and see how that one turns out. But in my opinion, I'm not doing the salt brine for steak. Maybe I just overdid it. I don't know. Because I know I'm going to get some people that... Maybe y'all can tell me if you have experience with this. Let me see. We got a lot of comments. I'm trying to read through them. Creole butter, bacon wrap, Brussels sprouts are awesome. Oh yeah, you know what, Kip Chandler? Yeah, I've done bacon wrap Brussels sprouts before, and those daggone things are delicious. Montreal, yeah. Oh yeah, Pat. Pat said Montreal steak seasoning is really good too. But you'll see, I mean, that's something that you put on. Now you can put it on, like I said, like an hour ahead of time is good. For me, it works really well. But like you said, I just did that. I did it, 5 minutes before I put it on? That steak is good. It's a Czech steak, though, you know? That other steak is salty as hell. So maybe I did too much salt. I don't know. But it was the first time I'd ever done it. I've been doing steaks all my life, and I haven't had it. I don't see the advantage of it. But if I did it wrong, let me know, and then maybe I'll try it again. Brian Reeves, mushrooms and onions on my steaks. So yeah, for me, I do like I'll take a cut of onion in half, turn it over, I'll slice it a little bit, pour some olive oil on it, salt and pepper it, let it soak into the onion, and then throw it flat on the grill or in the smoker and let it sit there for like 45 minutes. Oh man, the onions are like creamy, they're delicious. Pat, how many people we got on right now? 80 people. Okay, so we've been on 39 minutes. Let me, Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, really? All right, well, I thought I rinsed it off really good. All right, so look, here we go. This is my breakfast. Not a bad breakfast, huh? Here we go. All right. So, again, if you didn't share the feed, please share the feed. So you can see here, the bacon shrunk up. You got your jalapeno in there. You can put cheese in there. I do like cheese. I'm just not, I don't overdo my cheese stuff. Huh? And I don't like cream cheese unless I'm doing cheesecake. I'll let this cool down just a second. Usually my mouth can handle some really hot food, but I'm letting this cool down for a minute. But that's my first one. All right, any questions about anything? About the company, about products, about Pat? Brian Reeves, Beast Roaster works. Yeah, that's true, Brian. Thanks a lot for mentioning that, man. So our Beast Roaster is not just a beer can chicken roaster, right? That thing, because you can take the can piece off, you can do tater. I do French fries in that thing on the grill. You can do tater tots, French fries, asparagus. You can do any vegetable. As you can see, you can throw anything there. I do potatoes in there sometimes. I've cooked tons of stuff. It's because it's universal, right? So it's a multi-use tool. And so if you don't have a Beast Roaster yet, snag one up. And anyway, so maybe cheese dip. Yeah. So I could have made a cheese dip for that. I could have done a lot of things. I actually like them just like they are. Another thing you could do is a sriracha dipping sauce. So you just do some sriracha, some mayonnaise, some cayenne, and some lime. Mix that up really good, and then you can, up and down the heat as you want it, and that would go really good with that too. But I'm not prepared. I didn't have that. What else we got? What else? That's right, Shannon. Anybody hungry yet? Anybody hungry yet? Let me see. All right, who we got? Kevin. Oh, I know, Kevin. Some eggs would be good with this right now, wouldn't it? I could throw some eggs down real quick. We buy and mix the seasoning after first. Yep. Oh yeah. Kenny, salt, pepper. So Jason says salt, pepper, garlic, coriander, and dill. Yeah, so coriander is a big seasoning that's really good on beef too. It really is. But dill, I wasn't even thinking about dill, man. And thanks for that idea. Yeah, Mike C. Right, I do tend to forget about things when I start running my mouth. What's the cocktail, Corey? So, Corey, that is vodka and ruby red grapefruit juice. Basically a 50-50 mix. Dennis, you really have to wash this. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so maybe I'm supposed to rinse it twice. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. I don't know, man. Try the spiceology. Oh. So I'm not John. Which spice are you talking about? Spiceologies. Oh, Canada. I don't know what that means. Hey, David. Rick overdid it with the salt. Yeah. I overdid it with the salt. I did. I'm telling you, it's salty. But like I said, I have kids in there that love salt. Yeah, I know. High blood pressure. But they're young. They can handle it. SPG is all you need. That's right, Kevin. SPG is a lot of times all you need. I am going to try to. So there's a few spice rubs out there that I really like. That's already like Montreal steak. That's really good. And actually, McCormick has one that's called Cowboy Rub. That has a lot of good stuff, and it has coriander, it has coffee, and it has a lot of other good stuff in it too. And it's really a good rub. I've used that on brisket. I've used it on steak and some other things. I really like it. Kip. Huh. All right. Well, maybe I have to try that up. So Doreen's laughing about something. I'm not sure what. Who? Chris Dunbar. Tater Tots. All right. I'm trying to see where the questions are, if there's any questions at all. Oh, well, Pat, it's down 51. So that means Pat is, I think, going to be 54. Yeah, he's going to be 54. So I'm the middle kid. I'm the middle kid. So we have a few younger, a few older. All right, so look. This thing, there you go. Tell you, if you haven't done bacon wrapped Brussels sprouts stuffed with jalapenos, you should do it. Yeah, Pat, go ahead and go, man. I'm wrapping it up. All right, talk to you later, man. The steaks, I just assume do it the way I've always done it all my life. Salt, pepper, garlic, maybe something different. Sometimes some coffee rub. And like Jason says, some coriander. I'll try that dill on there, man. That sounds like a good idea. But I just assume do it just like I've always done it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this steak right here. I think I'm going to just let it do its thing for like an hour. I'm going to rinse the shit out of it twice. Pat it dry, rinse it again. And then I'm not even going to add salt. I'll just add some pepper and garlic to it just to maybe, because I don't want that. That one's a thicker steak too. So maybe it can handle the salt that I put on it. Maybe I'm going to brush that salt off that's on it so it won't soak in too much. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with it. But anyway, appreciate y'all for coming on. This was episode 49. And next weekend, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so next weekend, because Saturday I got to do the NOLA Wing War thing. And that's going to take me into the night. I don't know how I'm going to feel next morning. So, but maybe I can rock something out. I'm going to do a live feed next Saturday from the NOLA Wing War tent, okay? And the whole place. I'm going to probably do a couple live feeds. So, you guys help me get there, in there for free and to be a judge. So I want to show you, what it's all about. All right? So anyway, peace out, everybody. We are under an hour. It's 48 minutes and 25 seconds right now. We're done. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your week, the rest of your weekend. And if you're a veteran, thank you for your service. And remember, 10% off at grillbeefsfoods.com from now through Tuesday. And that's it. Love you. Peace out. It's not too late to share the video. You can still share. You can share it all week long. And it'll still get through. All right. So let me hit end on Instagram and share it. And then I'm hitting in here. Talk to y'all later.